Hello everyone. So it's another video, and in this video I'm going to be explaining how to create emails in React using React email and how to send them with Resend. Now, if you're conversant with sending emails generally, you know it can be like a nightmare and it's like we are stuck in the past basically. We find ourselves dealing with compatibility issues, outdated layouts. When I say outdated layout, we find ourselves nesting tables to create layouts. Even the testing workflow is like painful in the sense that for you to test it, there is no local preview. You have to maybe send a mail to a demo mail or something, and you have to test for various devices also. Uh, all of this can be cumbersome, and you notice with popular email clients, so many recent CSS syntax, HTML syntax are not supported. For example, popular email client like Gmail is down the list of and not supporting so many. For example, the popular Flexbox for Flexbox layout is not supported. Same with grid. And when you think of recent HTML syntax that we're also using, they are not supported. And this raises a question. For example, Gmail strips out style tags. This actually forces you to make use of inline styles. And with all of these, it makes the whole process of writing emails, the whole process of creating HTML emails complicated. And this is the challenge that the React email is trying to solve, bringing the whole model component architecture into the way you write emails. And for example, this is React email, and they have some template, and yeah, they have a lot of them. And from here, you can preview your mails. So this takes away the whole idea of having to send mails to one mail or the other before you can see. And you can also preview various sizes, like the mobile size, the desktop size, so you don't have to test this on your phone, on your laptop, and all. And yeah, you can see the code, and here you see yeah, we're making use of components that has been created by React email, and this components makes it easy for us to write email syntax um using the whole component architecture. That you can define your styles by like basic normal CSS and all. And here you see the HTML part. This is like the normal HTML, React HTML that we are all used to having to write table to create layouts and all. And all of this can be really cumbersome to come about, but with React now, with React email now bringing the whole new component architecture into like writing emails, it just makes the whole process easy. You understand? It makes the whole process easy. And React email actually has a lot of templates, a lot of templates that can be used. That of Notion from the popular platforms that we use on the daily basis, and you can also manipulate all of this to come about um your own HTML template. For example, this template, I kind of like adjusted this template. So I this is what we're gonna be creating. So I have like this. So if I fill this and I click on sign up, so it's sort of like a newsletter. It tells us that email is sent. And when I go to my mail, 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds, the mail has dropped. And let me move the screen here, and yeah, you can see what I've been able to come about. So this is from this to this, and you see it's very easy to come about, and like it's just your basic HTML, your basic React component, and everything just works well. And when you reduce the screen size, everything still works well. I'm gonna try and do that if possible. Looks like I can. I should be able to do that, right? Yeah, so when you reduce the screen size, everything still works perfectly, right? Everything still works perfectly and looks and still looks good. And yeah, this is the whole goal, making it the whole process easy. And one other cool thing that React email brings, or okay, not in React email, I think Resend. So Resend is the library we're going to be using to send these emails. Makes it very easy to write the server side code to handle sending of these emails. And this is why we're going to be making use of Next.js. So we can just like create an API within our project and it's easy. It shows you a list of various mails that have been sent and their status, if it has been delivered and all. You can see all of that here. You can see your audience, you can see you can set up your domain, you can set up your API key and all of that from Resend. And you know the creators of Resend are the creators of React email. So it just creates a whole level of synchronization now. And I noticed that the creators of React Email are about to launch a new product, project, which makes it easy for. So another level of creating React emails. So integrating AI. So with AI, you can be able to generate all of this syntax easily. I think if you check the React email blog, yeah, I would think I would have to log out first and then go home, go to the blog. Yeah, we are introducing new.email. Yeah, and if you see this video, so yeah, it really makes a whole lot of sense. Bringing in AI, so it makes it easy for you to write emails and all. So let's get into the whole detail. I set up a basic Next.js application. And this application is taking in two inputs. We have the input field, one for first name, one for email. Now, before we get into all of this, let's start from trying to integrate React email into our React project, right? When you come to React email and you go to the documentation, we are going to be making use of the manual setup since we have actually set up our Next.js application already. And what you have to do is to install this tool. You need to install React email and you need to install the component, right? You need to install all of this. So I'm just going to copy all of this. I'm going to copy all of this and I'm going to go to my terminal. Let me try and zoom this and just paste both commands. Yeah, so once you install all of that, the next thing will be for you to set up this script command. So this is what you're going to run and you're going to be able to see your various emails in your local host. So yeah, I'm going to go into package.json and we already have a script for dev. So yeah, pasting this is going to throw an error. So I'm just going to change this to email. So yeah, npm run email is going to like spin up that for us. Yeah, and this is this. Let's check if this is done. Okay, still running. That's strange. Going back to the documentation, so the next thing will be for you to set up your email template. Yeah, your email template. And like you can see here, it's using components from React email component. And yeah, as usual, importing React, and then you can make use of the component. So yeah, it's just like a button, and yeah, styles have been added. You can extract the styles and like have it as a object or so. But yeah, the whole structure, emails and this. So I'm going to go into my project and just set this up at the root of my folder. Yeah, so I created an emails folder and created a template. So my email dot tsx, and then go back to the documentation. I'm going to copy the code and bring it here. And here we're going to have this. Now, if all of that, yeah, this is run successfully, I'm going to split my terminal. And yeah, now that we have React email fully set up, I'm going to take this away from here and yeah, the next thing will be for us to run. So yes, it is we run npm run dev, but since we changed our own terminal, wherever you run npm run email, and once you run this, it opens on localhost 3000. Yeah, and you see this is running on localhost, and we're able to see the email that we have created, the email template that we've created. When you click on it, it shows us the button. And now why it's showing this button is because that is all we have in that code. We just have a button and it's styled black with a text color of white and padding and so on. And that is what we have, and that is what is showing here. We can also be able to see the code right from here. We can also see the HTML output right from here, and yeah, everything just works straight up. So this makes it easy. If you have created so many email templates, everything is going to be lined up here, no matter how you organize the folders. For example, maybe you have emails for newsletters, you have those for partnership, you have those for case studies. You're going to organize everything, and everything is just going to show up here, and it's going to just make sense, right? Yeah, so that's that about that. So the next thing is, how can you send these mails, right? So we're going to come back and actually like format everything to make sense, but I'm just trying to take you through the whole process so that you don't have to like stick around in case you just want to see the logic and get out. Yeah, so yeah, now this is how to set up the mails in your project. So the next thing will be for you to like adjust this code to fit what you want. But yeah, after you have done all of that, the next thing you want to do is to be able to send these mails. And now when you go, this is where resend comes in, right? And with resend, you have to create your project. So for me, I have a project, so I'm just going to sign into my project, my account, I mean. Yeah, so once you sign in, um so now this is a server side operation. So there are two ways to go about it in Next.js. It's either you write server action code or you create like an API. I'm going to kind of do both, but I'm going to be more focused on creating the API because like that's like the route most people are actually going to take. Yeah, so to create the API, if you go to the Resend documentation, really detailed step. So in case you're using Node.js, Next.js, they actually have starter code for you depending on like your whatever you're using. Yeah, but since we're using Next.js, we're just going to come to the quick start. So the first thing will be for you to create your API key. If you have a domain, you have to verify it. For us, since we don't have a domain yet, we're going to be using the resend email. That is this onboarding.resend.dev to send the emails, right? So the first thing will be for you to install the Resend library. We're gonna install that. So I'm gonna bring this back here and install the library. Yeah, and then the next thing will be for you to, so we have created the email component already. So notice that they're storing it in the component file, blah blah blah. So if you are doing all of this, you need to like set up the directory part in where when you are creating the you will need to set up the directory path so to point this to where your email templates are located. I'm going to show you that in a bit, but yeah, then the next thing will be for you to create your API. Next thing will be for you to create an API file in API file. So in case you are using page router, you would want to like make use of next API response and request and all. But since I'm using Next.js 14, so I'm using the app router. So I'm gonna create a API slash send slash, yeah, I'll go open my project and just come to the app folder and create a file. Yep. So the API part is gonna be API slash send, and in the route.js, which is like the default. So I'm gonna copy all of these and then adjust it here. So here we're importing the email template, and for us the email template is just email. Yeah, so the email template is just email. So we're gonna import email from email slash my email, right? And then we're importing the Resend library which we just installed. Then we need the API key. Now the API key is gonna be stored in your .env file. Oh, looks like there is no env file. So we're gonna create a .env local file, and then it's gonna like have our API key. Now to create your API key, you have to go back to the Resend dashboard. Go to API keys and create an API key as usual. Expose the API, which you can copy, take to your code and paste it there. Now, once you have pasted it, yeah, this is now going to acknowledge this. And then this is us trying to access. So we imported it, so we're not trying to send mail, and the from. So like I said, we're going to be making use of this email since we don't have a domain right now. Then you're also going to specify the to email. You can specify more than one email, right? Now for this, let's just, since we're still testing, we're not yet making use of the form. I'm just gonna put in my, okay, I'm gonna put in my mail there. So this array is in case you're like adding more than one email, right? So I'm taking that off. Now subject is hello world. Then React. So with Resend, you can specify if you're making use of React email, then like the email template is going to be React. So if it's HTML, so if it's just like basic HTML where you're like, sorry, where you're like passing something like hello world like this, yeah, this is gonna do. If it's basic text, you're just gonna use text. Yeah, but since we want to make use of the React, yeah, so we can just pass email, but yeah, let's just write it not this way but this way. Yeah, we're gonna write it this way. And oh, it's still throwing an error. So for this to work, it's saying that, okay, I think we need to remove this because of the way we exported it. Yep. So with this, everything is going to work. So with this, we have our email here. We have the route. We have the to and the subject and the email added here. The next thing we need to do is to call this API in the client so that maybe a button triggers it or something. So in the page here we have a form that is performing a submit here, and but we don't need the whole form right now. So we can just say constant response equals to await fresh. So we don't need the body, right? This is going to be API/send, and yeah, we don't need the body. So with this, we can now say constant data equals to this, in case there's an error. Yeah, so let's just, so basically we're just making an API request to the API we just created, and like, yeah, we're gonna do the whole technical part, but I just wanted to show you that this would work. So when this form is submitted, it's going to trigger all of this and then send a request to the API and then be able to send the mail and then the template that we added. Yeah, so when we, but yeah, let me just go ahead and fill the fields, even though we don't need them. Click on sign in up, and yeah, the email sent. So a loading state started here, but we did not stop it, so that is why this is still showing signing up. But I can confirm that this has opened. So this is my mail, and we can see the click me button, just similar to what we saw in the email client, which is this, just very similar to that, and that works. And you can see hello world is the subject, and all and all and all. So this shows you that this works. But now we're gonna see how we can customize this mail, how we can like pass variable, how we can pass data from the form to the mail, so that we can personalize the mail. Yeah, so that we can personalize the mail. So yeah, we're going to go back to our code, and I'm going to come back here to delete all of this. But first of all, let's go to the email template. And like I told you, I created an email template, so I'm just going to paste it. But I'm going to rename the file from just my email, or basically we can still have my email and just create another file and just call it confirm newsletter. Yeah, so confirm newsletter. And then I created this. So I'm just gonna paste it here. So we're using a lot of components from React email, text, preview, image, HR, and all. Yeah, and so I'm adding a logo, a logo that I uploaded to Cloudinary. And then yeah, so many text components to add like text, just like how you add your p tag. Yeah, just like how you add your p tag. Then I am flexing these two buttons here, and yeah, then I added the footer. And yeah, you can see a lot of here. I just define props, so just in case a name is not entered from the form, Alan is going to be like the default. So we can just say this is John Doe, or no, let's just say John. I think that will be, since it's first name. Yeah, so that's what that is doing. And then like where, since it's TypeScript, where type checking like the variable that is coming to ensure it's a string, right? Yeah, so this is the template. We've created a template, then we can go back to the API that we created, and this time around the email is going to be coming from the form. So we can try to get those variables. So we are going to make use of request. And since this is TypeScript, so yeah, and now we can now destructure and say we're expecting first name an email from request. So yeah, it's gonna be a JSON data, and then the tone now can now change to the email that we're expecting, and then the first name is now going to be passed. So we're no longer making use of email, we're now making use of so this component is code withdraw. Can now come here and import this from okay, so code withdraw. So we're gonna replace it here, and yeah, I feel this part is wrong, so we need to go this way and go to emails. Yep. So that is the part. And now for us to pass variables into our template, remember our template is expecting the first name. So we need to add it here. So yeah, we're passing first name into the component, just like you do with your regular React component. So we're passing first name. You can pass as many values as possible into the component, and everything is just gonna work well, right? Yeah, so with that, we have concluded configuring the API. We've finished configuring our newsletter. So now with this newsletter, if we go back to the React email, so we notice there is another email here, confirm newsletter, and we can see the template I created. So we can see how it appears on mobile. You can see the code, you can see how the HTML looks like, and all and all. Yeah, we can see all of that from here. We can also see the other mails, so you can structure this up. and you can even like customize it and all. Yeah, so that is not the focus. So going back to the code, we need to go back to the form and be able to like get those data. So I'm just gonna bring in the code so we don't have to like write all of that from scratch. I have a code somewhere on this. Yes, I got the code, and I'm just gonna replace all of this with a try and catch block. Now this is a try and catch block. So in the try block, what we're trying to do is make an API request to API/send and a post request, and then we are passing the form data. The form data, that's this state that includes the first name and the email. That is why here we are destructuring the data, right? Okay, coming back here, and then yeah, we get the data, and then we're checking if the response is correct. So if everything works well, we're setting the image to email sent successfully, and we are emptying the fields and all. Yeah, so with that, we can now go back to our application. We can now go back to our code, which is this, and refresh so that everything works well. And then when we fill the form and click on the sign up, yeah, it tells us the email is successfully sent. And then when you check your email in 1, 2, 3 seconds, we are going to see the email. So this was the previous email that was sent, and this is the new email that is sent. And you can see all of the details are there, and it's like outlined properly. So this is a better way to create emails. This is a better way to send emails. This is a better way to have all of this done using React emails and using Resend. And like I said, just the same way you can make use of the API method in Next.js, you can also like write server actions so you don't have to like depend on APIs. And yeah, if you are conversant to server actions, I have an article that explains the basics, but that's just the basics. If you go to my site here, I wrote on understanding server actions. Yeah, joellonely.com. I'm going to link this in the description. Yeah, but this is just the basics. Now, if you are going to handle all of what we handled here, whereby we are trying to like check the message, if the form is submitted, all of these, there are like do we call them hooks? There are methods. I think that's the use form state. All of this helps you to do this when you make use of server actions. Yeah, but with server actions, I was just going to show a basic implementation of what I did, so that in case anybody is looking to do any of that. But okay, I think what I'll just do is I'll just copy this code and replace it. Oh, okay, but I have an actions file. Okay, so basically you can write your actions within your component, or you can just like create a file. So in the app folder, I'm just going to create a file and call it actions.ts. Yeah, and then there is where we're going to write all the old actions. And sorry. So yeah, so in a bit to not use the API, we have this. So you have to use server and then import your emails. So yeah, so you're going to import this, and then so basically you're going to be writing your, just like how we did in the API, we're going to be writing all of that here. And now with this, you can now go back to your page. So yeah, let me just show all of this. Now you, with this, you can go back to your page. The next thing will be for you to import the action. Yeah, so you're going to import the actions. Yeah, so with that, we can now do away with so many things. We can do away with so many things. So many things. Can do away with all of this. Yeah, but since this is a client component, you can still make it of your state. But yeah, so I'm just gonna add a function here. So here we're gonna change it from onSubmit to action. Yep. And then we don't need all of this here again. And since we are now controlling the whole loading state and all, So I'm just gonna change this to take away the loading state. Yep. So with that, okay, I'm also not using use state any longer. So I have a cleaner code, and so basically what's happening is this send email, which is the server action, is being called here, and we are passing the form data, which we are getting based on the name from each field, and then we're passing the form data. And then this form data is being read here. So form data, we're getting the first name, the email. Now we're confirming all of this, and if that is gotten, we're passing it here, passing the subject and passing the first name into the template, and it's able to send this mail. So hopefully this works out well. We go back to the client, reload the page, and then test it out. Draw, sign me up. So yeah, we're not going to be able to see whether it's loading or not, but I should be able to confirm when this mail is sent. Yeah, I can see the mail has been sent, and yeah, you can see here 0 minutes ago this mail is sent. Why we cannot see anything is because it's the same content of the previous mail. So yeah, that is that. So you can use other hooks like the use form state and all to be able to like manipulate the other thing. I'm just trying to show you that this also works with your server actions, and like yeah, and you can integrate this into your application. So in this video, I've been able to explain everything you need to know about working with React email, working with Resend, and one thing I would also like to show you is when I was trying to create this video, I experienced some bugs. So I was trying to send to another email. Trying to send to another of my email, and when you try to do that, it's going to throw an error. Oh, so now we are not seeing errors because I so I'm just gonna try and revert. No. Oh, sorry. I'm adjusting the wrong file. I'm trying to revert to what I had before so that we can see errors. So I can show you this. Sorry. Okay, I think this is where we were here before. So I'm going to refresh this page and try sending a mail and see if it's going to work first. Yeah, so it works, right? Now, what I noticed is now when you try to like send to another mail, you notice I've just been using one mail all along. When I try to send, it's going to throw an error. It's going to say failed. And now why this is happening, in case you encounter this error when you are like trying to use the project, is because so when you come to settings, it's gonna tell you that like you have an audience limit of 1. So you can only like send mail to one person via your free account. So I think you need to upgrade this to be able to send mails to more people. Yeah, to more people. You can check out their pricing page. Yeah, it looks fair, right? Yeah, and so that's what I thought to like share with you. But aside from that, this is a very cool tool, and like plus the fact that they are introducing the new tool, it just makes creating emails. It's like um the whole next area of like creating emails, so that like everybody can port and move away from HTML emails to writing better emails. And like writing email is no longer a tedious task, it's now like something you do for with fun. Yeah, thank you for watching this video, and feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.